All right, that's good games. They didn't really do the math there on that play. These 3 devils go straight to face, and then the predators gain 1 per attack, and then it'll be exactly lethal. And they don't have any blockers now that they... Oh, that's even better. It's even better. That is GG's. Exactly 11 plus the treachery to cap things off just adds a little bit of salt in the wound by killing them with their own Kami. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. It's good stuff. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reminding our opponents that death is inevitable, especially for them, because we have a build here today in GRIXIS that deals damage every which way you look, left, right, and center. It's inescapable, and I cannot wait to talk about today's list. But before I break it down in full, as always, if you are new here and you do find any value in today's video, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. But let me get into the deck, guys, because I'm sure you're going to absolutely enjoy today's brew, because it is insane and it uses a lot of cards that you may not typically see a whole lot of. But the idea of this deck is simple. We're going to be pinging our opponent's life total repeatedly and in passive ways that they cannot stop. So they're going to be taking 1 damage left, right, and center. We're talking about Meat Hook Massacre's passive ability, of course. We're going to have a lot of this stuff going on. So Meat Hook Massacre says whenever our creatures die, we're dealing 1 damage to our opponent, right? We're going to take that to the extreme today. We've also got, let's see, what else are we doing here? We're doing Fireblade Charger as our opening creature, right? So this is also going to play into that sort of, type of situation. So we get a 1/1 down. If they block it, we're dealing 1 damage, ideally to their face. If it dies, we've also got Zerial. Zerial is going to be spitting out 1/1 devils that when they die, they're dealing 1 damage to our opponent's face. If you can start to see the theme develop here, it's going to be our creatures are either going to attack you and you're going to take it, or you can block or remove and take the damage that way. Your choice, but either way, you're probably going to die. So that's how we're doing things today. We've also got the Warlock class, which is going to boost the Meat Hook Massacre effect. If we can get both of these down and maybe even stack a couple Warlock classes, every single time our creatures die in a turn, we deal 1 damage to their face. Ultimately, we're trying to get to the end game of level 3, where we deal double the damage of whatever damage our opponents, if we hit our opponent for, let's say, 7 damage to their face with a predator, they're going to take an additional 7 on the end step. So there'll be you're essentially doubling your damage across the board. So that's the ultimate goal in this deck. But I'm telling you, we're going to have plenty of ping damage that our opponent's not going to be able to stop, and they're just going to keep eating this stuff, and there's nothing they can do. We've also got Jadar, which is going to spit out endless value with these 2/2 zombies. Every single turn we attack in, they die, they come back, they deal 1 damage, ideally with the Warlock class or the Meat Hook Massacre, over and over again. We've also got Kaito, which is really helpful because it's going to allow us to draw cards, but also it spits out a nice little 1/1 that we can use as sacrificial fodder to, let's say, our Predator. Predator is going to be able to attack over the top freely. I've actually felt like there hasn't been a better combo than the Predator and Kaito in a long time, because the Predator can keep going over the top and attacking in, and typically we can keep giving it indestructibility thanks to its zombies that we could sacrifice, or Fireblade Chargers, or devils. There's plenty of really good things we want to sacrifice to keep giving indestructibility. Plus this thing goes over the top, it scales, it gets bigger, and we just keep drawing cards with Kaito. So the idea is simple. We have plenty of creatures that want to attack in. We hope they get blocked. We hope they die. We hope we get a chance to deal 1 to their face. So why not play Kaito, right? Kato's going to allow us to keep drawing cards over and over. And it does splash us into blue, which makes us a GRIXIS list. And then we've also got a really fun card with the Vicious Return. This is going to allow us to sacrifice a creature, and when we do, we deal 3 damage to our opponent's face, creatures, or whatever, any certain target that we want, right? So if we deal, if we sacrifice a devil, dealing 1 to their face, we deal an additional 3 to their face, and then we deal an additional 1 from the Meat Hook, an additional 1 from the Warlock class. So you can start to see how this stuff adds up. The more permanents that resolve onto the battlefield, the more damage they're inevitably going to take. We've also got Burn Down the House, which is going to give us 3 devils, or act as a sweeper if we need it. And then we have splashed in a couple of dual lands here. We added 1 Spikefield Hazard because It's been really clutch for us against Thalias. Thalias are super annoying. And then Song of the Mad Treachery. This is a nice little addition to the deck as a one of, just because if we do end up finding this and we have a predator on the field, we can steal our opponent's creature, attack, and sacrifice it with the predator. So that's kind of a cool little tactic there too. The lands are as follows. You can see them here, but if you guys want the full deck list, it's in the link in the description below. You can go to Aether Hub, copy, export it out, put it into the system for you. But this deck is fun. I'm pretty sure we went undefeated today with it. I cannot remember really, but I think we did. But enjoy the gameplay, man, because this thing was sweet. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it, and then we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. All right, we have a list for you guys today. This one might be my favorite one we've made in a while. Bear with the energy being a little low too. I'm a little bit tired right now. This is the second video I'm recording in a day, so I'm a little tired, but this deck is going to be amazing. I'm really excited about this one. All right, let's get the Warlock class down immediately, because that is kind of the main game plan of our deck here, is Warlock class and Meat Hook Massacre. So let's see what we can do here. Going first feels pretty nice. Those sleeves are clean. All right, mono white's gonna need to get a burn down the house treatment for sure. Wish I had some blue mana for this. That would be great, so we can get down a blocker, but oh well. At least we can go digging here with the Warlock class. Maybe finding a Meat Hook Massacre or something like that. But how many cards do we get to go deep here? It's gonna be the top 3 cards. Okay. Oh my gosh, and of course it's a Thalia. But of course it is a Thalia. Blue source. Would have loved to get the charger there, but the blue source is kind of important here. I also get a predator down next turn, which is a very good blocker to most of the things we see here. And then the predator can continuously swing in while the Kaito keeps drawing us cards, and predator will hopefully be too big to die to the burn down the house. A lot can happen though. A lot can happen in turn 3 because elite spellbinder is a real thing. All right, they steal my Warlock class. That's totally fine. We're a little too slow to be concerned about that right now. Very nice. We are cooking now, ladies and gentlemen. We are cooking. They can't attack in here. Elite spellbinder comes in a bit late. Burn down the house is definitely out of here. Wow, they take the other predator. I did not expect that. I definitely did not expect that. That's crazy. Okay. Let's attack in here. We did draw a Jadar, which is kind of cool, but I think drawing another card here is more important right now, especially because this phases out and it protects itself for a turn. So no harm, no foul there. And then I think we're going to attack in next turn, right? Getting to a 5/5. Shoot. Well, I can't actually. Yeah, burn down a house would actually destroy it, wouldn't it? It's a lot of damage there on board. Shoot. Well, it needs to happen, right? I mean, burn down the house does need to come down. Otherwise, we just lose the game. Come on. Let's go. It's a sad day, but it is what it is. I mean, we lose everything, but that's not what burn down the house is in the deck for. But in this particular instance, it did save our butts, and so we're pretty happy with it. Redain, that's fine. Redain can't get through a predator. And a Warlock class and a Jadar. All right, we're looking good. We are looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the board, and we're going to be dealing 1 damage a turn thanks to Jadar Warlock class combo. The combo wombo is on deck. All right, they can't attack in here unless they want to lose their Redain. All right, let's go digging here. Let's find something for these guys. Burn down the house is the best card for sure. Redain makes it more expensive though. Fair enough. Spikefield Hazard is an interesting card because, you know, things like Thalia and whatnot. So let's keep that on hand here. If we attack in with the skeleton, is there any benefit to us whatsoever? Probably not, right? Not being able to block on this attack back though is a little sketchy. I can't lie, but we should still be okay because Predator goes over the top for 4 here, and then next turn we have plenty of mana to double the damage that we dish out. So next turn we swing in for potentially 10 damage here. So Legion Angel does get in the way of that though. Yikes. Looks like we might need to try to burn down the house again. This time though will be a lot more advantageous because we can give the Predator indestructibility. I think that's an easy Spikefield Hazard here. Again, we plan on giving indestructibility. All right. This will be good. This will be good. Kind of a tricky little game here that we're having though. I've really got to be careful to make sure I get my P's and Q's down here. All right, that's fine. Indestructibility. There's the damage. All right, and now they're down to 5. They must block every attack. Plus we have the den of the bugbear. I could swing in with the den. That's an additional 4, and then sacrifice the 1/1. Yeah, that should be good. That should be lethal. So here's how we're going to get lethal here. We swing in with this. They block the 6/6, of course, and then take 4 damage. And then we just use the Innistrad Predator's ability to sacrifice another creature. And then the Warlock classes will ping them for 2 damage, and that'll be game. Or I could play the Zerial as well and create the Devil that deals 1 damage when it dies and sacrifice that instead. So there's really no way around all this damage that's coming to them. It's all inevitable ping damage. So that's going to be good games on mono white. Let's hope that they're not roping us here because they're salty about this loss, but you never know. Okay, they are going to. Okay, that's kind of strange. That's kind of strange. GG's though. We'll take the W. Solid first game. Taking down mono white. I love it. Absolutely love it. Didn't even need the meat hook either. All right, let's see what we got. Game number 2 here. Opening hand is not great, but we do have the Warlock class to kick things off, so definitely can't be too upset about that. Kind of have an awkward little mana situation here on what exactly it is we want to play because we could have played this for black, but I think we prioritize the red here as well, so we should be fine. So let's make that a blue. Let's go digging for some cards. Burn down the house is going to be a very relevant card here. We have plenty of mana. Zerial seems pretty good. Zerial seems just fine. I think I'm going to turn on my fan. It's actually hot in here. So hot in here. All right. I need something here that I could sacrifice with the Vicious Return because these are going to get really, really big. Oh God, here we go. Everything's gonna get gnarly big, and I need to be able to stop all their growth before they're too big for the burn down the house. Shoot. That is not good. All right, Zerial is fine, because then that would at least entice them to make their visitor a little bit bigger, that the 1/1 visitor, and then hopefully we can get a burn down the house off. Nice. They invest more into the 1/1. Just don't make everything bigger than a 5 and I'll be super happy. I'm honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a Hollowed Haunting here would be fine. That way I know that they're just playing one spell instead of a handful of spells. Because if they drop a Jukai Naturalist into like another 2 enchantments, we're in trouble. Alright, cool. That works. I don't love it, but it works. It'll have to do. Zerial was going to die to burn down the house anyways, so if they attack Zerial, that's totally fine. It saves us a bit of life. Nice. Saves us all the life.
My fire will rage again.
Alright, Predator is a nice card. There goes the critters. And then the Predator can eat up their graveyard, and that's really helpful because things like Kami just keep coming back, and it's really annoying. So hopefully we can avoid that problem. All right, well, we're in a bit of trouble here. We might have to burn down the house just one more time, just to clean things up here a little bit, tidy up a bit. Or, oh, Meat Hook Massacre's fun. A Meat Hook for 3 is a good time. Let's do that. Let's do it. I'm so glad we drew that. That is so clutch. But that does mean Kami does come back to their, you know, side of the field. And we're dealing so much ping damage now with the Warlock class and the Meat Hook being down. Generous visitors coming back. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? He would think. I really don't want to see any red from our opponent here. If our opponent shows us any sort of signs of red, that means there might be some Scalds, and we do not want Scalds to come down. Scalds is not a card we want to see. The Sage who endures. All right, let's go and get a land here. A land is helpful. All right, nice. We get a Jadar as well as a Predator, which means we can give the Predator indestructibility next turn, which allows us to burn down the house. Let's go. That's clutch. That's clutch. I think we got this now. It took a little while to get there, but I think by drawing that Jadar there and getting the land here, we've got this. Attack. Take your critters. Draw a card, maybe hitting a land, and then we can play this. Let's hope. I mean, that's a risky, more greedy play of the two plays here, but I'm gonna go for it. Gosh darn it. Just hoping to hit a land so I can get the vicious return down. That's fine though. That's fine. Kaito is online, you know, online now, which is good. 2 Hollowed Hauntings is not fun. All right, let's hope they don't get bigger than 5 though. What's the last card in hand? All right, nothing. Good. Beautiful. All right. Might take a bit of damage here, and that's totally fine. All right, we're going to sweep the board, right? So let's just deal this 1 damage to the face. No need to blow up the spirit token here. Nice. Burn down the house again. We are going to kill Kaito again, though, man. That just doesn't feel great, but it is what it is. You know what? Maybe we should have burned down the house first and then swung in with the predator. That way we got the Kami to die. Tricky, I guess. Tricky.
I know something you don't know.
All right, we eat this. We burn down the house for 5. We deal 1 more damage to our opponent's face.
I'll try again later.
And now they're sitting at a 4. And this brings them to 1. Kami can't block. There's no enchantments yet. Borrow time. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. You know what, though? If we burn down the house, let's see, 4, 5, and attack in all. That does make things really awkward for them because they have to block, right? If they don't block, that's fine. And if they do block, we still get the damage through and we get the meat hook damage through. So blocking's actually not what they should be doing here. 1, 2, and then meat hook deals 2, and that's game. Ouch! It's unstoppable. That little end game right there, it's just unstoppable because what do? You let the 3 just get through. It's like you're gonna go down to 1, and then eventually you're gonna have to deal with these at some point, and you're gonna take the 1 damage. So it's a lose-lose situation. But good game, man. Holy cow! Mono white and runes both down. I'm having so much fun playing Magic. Let's go, dude. This is so much fun. I can't lie. Kaito adds a little extra to this deck too, where I'm just like, I can't wait to get a Kaito down. And Predator, I mean, it all just works so good together. Charger into Jadar into Zerial seems like the weakest, like, good start. It's like a good start, but it's like the weakest version of a good start for us. But I think we can go ahead and give it a shot here. I like the pack leader because it can't attack into the Charger. So that kind of keeps them at bay for a minute here. Definitely going to need to see some sweepers. Opponents on gruel. Yikes. I don't have a turn 3 play either, which means they're just going to transform into nighttime at some point in this game. And we can't have that. All right, there's the burn down the house. There's the card we were looking for. Zerial spits out some value too. These pack leaders don't do a whole lot when you're talking about you know, Zerial's little 1/1s. I don't like playing Zerial into the burn down the house though, obviously. That seems to be a running theme, is when we play a planeswalker that we then follow it with burn down the house. So I don't like that. I'm hoping that we can avoid that this game. Might as well, right? Free 2 damage. It's a free 2 damage. I don't like the pup though. The pup's gonna keep getting bigger every single turn, so gotta figure that situation out. I could give everything +1 and haste until the end of the turn, but then they'd attack probably into the Zerial, I would assume. Alright, yeah, let's just hold everything up. Hold everything up for burn down the house. Thank goodness they haven't played anything yet that that allows them to turn into nighttime, because that would have been a bad turn for us. They're trying to get the card draw. Fair enough. No need to take damage because we're sweeping the board, so let's just let everything die anyways. Go to the face whenever you can. Whenever you can. Another critter? Let's go. Don't mind if we do. Don't mind if we do, skis. Alright. That takes care of that for now. But they do reload pretty quickly here, and especially if they're got a ranger class fully stocked up, you know what I'm saying? Alright, Zerial's a good way to block this. Spells can't be countered. You may put a creature card in your hand onto the battlefield if it's a wolf werewolf. Okay, it's fine. So they basically get to cheat in some stuff here. Not too scared of that when I have the 1/1 devil.
You into the fray.
The little devil critter. And Meat Hook Massacre coming down soon here, and we can get Jadar back with the Abandoned Mire. They're really sending it here, man. They're gonna give the pack leader a pump, maybe. All right, they go there. So pack leader does not attack. Totally chilling with this.
Losing strategy.
Totally chilling with this. I got a Meat Hook Massacre with their name on it. Meat Hook Massacre with your name on it. Keep spitting out these tokens. I do actually want to get the Warlock class in. I do. I think that's a better play than holding on to this. I know it guarantees us a creature, at least the Jadar or better, but I think we can do better by drawing into some cards here. Interesting. Let's see what this hits. Kaito's nice. I can't lie, Kaito is nice.
Rain hellfire on
All right,
them.
this makes it a very interesting situation for our opponent. Do they block? Do they not block? All right. That gives us a Kaito draw,
I could sneak right by.
land, and turn. Kaito phases out. We do lose our Zerial, but this says that they draw a card only when they hit our face, right? Just make sure. Combat damage to a player, draw a card. So they actually can either go for the card draw or they can kill Zerial. They go for the Zerial kill. All right, fair enough. Fair enough, which does allow us an extra card draw with Kaito here.
Till I win.
I could actually pump this too. Or I could look to Meat Hook just to get rid of this Tovalar.
There's no secret.
What do we do? What do we do? Yeah, I think the Meat Hook for 5. Tovalar is just too good. Tovalar can get them back into this game like no problem, right? The problem is Tovalar gets them right back into this game. So I know I just used up a big sweeper, which could have potentially helped us in the late game here, but I think this is fine just because, again, it just draws them card after card, and we can't really have that, to be honest. I'm gonna draw a discard here. Nice, good clutch. Good clutch up here. Another Meat Hook for 2 seems fine with me. Seems fine by me. Oh my god, this is an absolute beatdown now. Let's go. Opponent, though, does have a Ranger class fully stocked, so that means it's going to be able to play cards from the top of their deck, which looks like it's a land on top of their deck or a spell, so that should about wrap this game up, right? I mean, we ult our Warlock. We attack in for 8. We draw a card. Seems very good. Seems like a very, very good situation. Draw a card for free. Burn down the house is nice. We ult this. They take an additional 4. Up. Let's go. And we're about to ult this. Is whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to the player, search your library for a blue or black creature card. Put it on the battlefield. Wild. There it is. They Thundering Rebuke. Kill my predator. They take a damage though. They see the writing on the wall. I did have burn down the house. Burn down the house. I would have created 3 attackers. Boom, boom. GG's. Let's go. Plus double the damage. I don't think ulting Kaito is that important in this deck though, you know, but good game. This deck is savage, man. That was crazy. We just destroyed Gruel. That was nuts. We didn't really destroy them. I mean, we found what we needed when we needed it, but ultimately that was pretty awesome. All right. I don't like this because of how awkward the land drop situation is here. I would love to get this or this down on turn 1, but beggars can't be choosers. The hand that we were dealt is not terrible, so let's just go ahead and play what we got here. All right. Can go black, but if I go black, we might miss a red. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. I'd like to get both of these down. Get this going quickly, especially because our opponent's playing mono white. I gotta kind of scare them from attacking in here. Okay, it's not mono white. Not mono white. Don't need another burn down the house, but I may need more mana here, especially another red source. So let's just grab the land. I may regret that, actually. I may have just taken the burn down the house, but yeah, there's the elite spellbinder. It does eat up our meat hook massacre, which would have been a good play for us next turn, but all good. We do have the predator. Predator basically shuts everything down here, and with no planeswalkers to worry about on the field, burn down the house is looking spicy. We attack in, +1/1. We sack this for indestructibility, and then we sweep up the board. And that concludes the board. And then what is our opponent up to, though? They have 5 cards in hand. I'd hate to sweep the board and then just have them refuel, but I do have a meat hook massacre as a backup, so it's not the worst position to be in, that's for sure. That is for sure. Oh, you're kidding me. Redain makes things way more expensive. Interesting. That seems like a bad attack if you're asking me, because I can get a little creative with this, actually. And there's the scoop. They did not like that. I don't think they thought that one through very well when they attacked in. Holy cow. We were about to deal the 1 damage to here. We were going to take 2, and we were going to be sitting pretty nice. But all right, GG. I got to get the lights fixed in my room above my head. My fan is it's got all the lights attached to it, you know, for the room. They're all pretty much dying out. It's just one light left standing, and they're not dying out. It's not like the bulbs can be changed. Like the actual bulb, when we change them, it's the actual outlet. It's just busted. So if this one goes out, we'll have no lighting in here, which would be pretty bad. All right, we're gonna go for Kaito here. We'll drop the 1/1, and it'll phase out. Hopefully, looks like they have a vanishing verse. Actually, they might vanishing verse the 1/1, which is a huge W. That works fine. That works fine with me. Ooh, that does not work for me. All right, so they're definitely a control deck. So these two can probably go. All right, let's draw a discard here.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
All right, Zerial comes down. I think having planeswalkers here is going to be very helpful to the cause, just because they're going to be harder to deal with than anything else that we have for control. Control hitting our hand too with the go blank is so bad for us. So, I mean, if they go blank though, it is a free card. All right, no answer to that, huh? Drawing a card, creating another devil. I think the predator is the right call here, but it may get countered depending on what our opponent's trying to do here. Yep, there's a devious cover up, sure. Gosh darn it. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we're still drawing cards. We're still creating value with these devils, so I'm happy with that. It is what it is. The hive is annoying. Oh, it kills Kaito though. Actually really bad. Shoot. That's really bad. All right, well now things just got a little more awkward. All right, well the hive can't kill Zerial, you know, with its 4 loyalty, so I'm just gonna keep doing this until they want to respect it. You know what I'm saying? That's probably Doomscar, right? So I'm probably gonna end up playing this.
Unleash
You got an
your
answer?
ferocity.
It looks like they have something in mind. What is it? Maybe a kill spell, maybe a fateful absence, but that seems kind of... Oh, otherworldly light. Okay, that's fine. They're using mana up, and mana is a resource I need them to use, so that way we don't get devious covered up on this predator play. Nice. And Doomscar, why not? Let's throw... You know what? Actually, hang on to it. Hang on to it. Because we might want to use this for indestructibility later. Here's the sweeper. Doomscar it is. That leaves them with 2 mana left open, which could be another exiling effect like the March, but make that 3 mana. I mean, we're chilling though. We are really chilling right now. We've got them down to 7. We've already kind of beat them down pretty badly. And Predator's indestructible, so you better have an exiling effect here. No exiling effect. Just a birdie. Just a bird. That does make things tricky though. I can't lie, it does. No, we win. Not that tricky, we win.
Let your fury instill fear.
We do win, ladies and gentlemen. That is gonna be game. Actually I did that wrong, didn't I? I did that wrong. Incorrect, Matthew. Fair enough. I did that incorrectly. I was supposed to play one of these first and then give haste. But either way, GG's. Either way, good game. Boom, boom. Got him. That was not the right way to do that, though. I think the better way to do that would have been play a Fireblade Charger, give haste and 1/1 to everything attacking, and then we would have killed them. Would have been a little bit cleaner, but that was pretty fun the way we did it there. Did we actually make something fairly powerful here? I'm actually pretty impressed right now. We haven't lost a game yet, and we're just cruising along. Opponent gets to go first. This opening hand is garbage. Garbage. Would have been nice if we had a blue source in place of Kaito. It may have tricked me into keeping his hand, but even then it would probably be bad keep. I guess it's playable-ish. Playable-ish. Selesnya. Glad I top decked that. I'm glad we top decked it. It's enchantments. What do you know? What do you know? It's enchantments. I get to hold off the Jukai Naturalist stuff from attacking in, which is great. They went first. We mulliganed. If any game we're going to lose, it would definitely be this one. Dude, Fireblade Charger makes things very tricky for all of our opponents. It's not exactly an easy card to deal with. Another Charger just for the heck of it. I need to hit a land drop here, preferably a blue source, and then we can play the Archduke. Zerial. Burn down the house. This needs to be... Burn down the house needs to hurry its act up too. We need to get another land. Meat hook for 2 is also definitely something we can do. Yeah, if we hit a land here, meat hook for 2 cleans up this nicely. That seems like a cocky attack there. I am going to sweep the board eventually, right? So why not double block here? Nice. We get the land. That's huge. That is so huge because now we have life gain and ping damage online, which is what we needed. Hollowed Haunting, though, is pretty annoying. I need to draw into a blue land and then a Kaito because I need to find some cards quick. Or even a Warlock class would do the trick, really. Borrowed Time, that's annoying. Alright, well there goes our ping damage that we just spoke of. Alright, we're going to play this first. We'll play this next. Be pretty clutch, I can't lie. Pretty clutch. That's fine. Confinement. Oh, that's brutal. Confinement makes that big enough to kill the Archduke. Wow. Okay. Well, looks like it's going to be a burn down the house play instead then. I mean, ultimately though, not bad. I mean, they have no more hand left, right? So we do find the land too, which is very nice. All right, so they're top decking. We have 2 cards in hand. I like that. Land? No, of course it's not land. Create a 1/1 human monk with add mana. Okay. Create the devil. Drop the warlock class. Our plan is online again. Let's hope it stays that way. They get 2 1/1 counters. So what does this do though? Exile whenever judges battlefield under your control. Pay X. We do put 1/1 counters. Got it. So they do have a lot of extra mana to work with here. So that might be relevant. Wow, they are just top decking champions at the moment. Holy cow. That's crazy. All right, well, we do get to take away their spirited companion, which, you know, does help a little bit, I guess. Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Fight for Avernus, you fiend.
All right, let's do this. 1 damage here. 3 here. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Zariel's definitely dead. But we both discard a card. So hopefully they're left with the card in hand here. I doubt it though. We're at 23. We need another sweeper here. It's a sweeper or bust at this point, but we do have the warlock class. We do have, you know, 8 sweepers, so finding another sweeper should not be that hard. Another predator seems fun. So does Jadar, and so does Warlock. They're all really good cards. What do we take? Predator? Alright, the Predator's down. I probably should have taken the Warlock class though, because I really should have tried to dig out a sweeper here. We're gonna get another Predator next turn with haste anyways. Or I can get a Jadar, either way, but... That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't really have a great way to deal with something that has 7/7, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Can't block. That's tough. Nice. Burn down the house changes things, man. How do I make this work? Jeez, I'm not sure. Maybe we just go for the trying to kill them before they kill me tactic. 7. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think we just go for the get them dead before they get me dead type play here. Because I could sweep the board here, right? But this survives, right? Oh man, this is brutal. I think we just, gosh darn it. I don't know. I'm going for the get him dead scenario. It's if I would have hit a land, I could double the damage that we're dealing out to here. They don't block. We're gonna throw out a couple of blockers ourselves here. All right, so if we'd hit a land off the top here, we Warlock class ultimate, we win the game. So it's all about just surviving this last turn here. I mean, we have a pretty good chance of doing so. Let's see. We're gonna deal 3 to their face on this turn, or we can wait. I don't know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have exactly 14 damage next turn, assuming they don't block with the Rising Star. Nice. That's game. If they attack with the Rising Star, that's game. They did not do the math. Nice. We win. We win. 7, 8, 9. Perfect. All right, that's good games. They didn't really do the math there on that play. These 3 devils go straight to face, and then the predators gain 1 per attack, and then it'll be exactly lethal. And they don't have any blockers now that they. Oh, that's even better. It's even better. That's even better, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't matter. We had lethal either way, but the predators were both going to get +1 here, and they have no blockers over the top. So that is GG's. Exactly 11 plus the treachery to cap things off. Just adds a little bit of salt in the wound by killing them with their own kami. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's good stuff. Savage. Savage. Well, time to break this thing down. I really want to keep playing, but we are running late, so let's break it down. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. I do want to say, before I get into the breakdown of this deck and what we thought about it, I do want to say huge shout out and thank you to every single person who's made it this far into the video, because you have technically supported this channel a lot by doing so, because YouTube algorithm loves to see watch time. So thank you so much for that. You're pushing my videos out to more people by staying this long. I'm glad you enjoyed the video enough to stay this long. So shout out to you guys, and I appreciate the support. With that being said, let's talk about the list. I love it. Typically, I really try to nitpick and break things down on what it is I would change to this deck. And there are a couple of things we could talk about here, but for the most part, I think this thing is close to about as perfect as a deck I can muster up. So very happy with it. Very glad we got a chance to showcase it, and really happy with the results. But if we are going to nitpick, we did run into a serious problem with Burn Down the House, right? Burn Down the House was not put into this deck as a sweeper main, right? We're not trying to main this as a sweeper card for 5 damage across the board. But man, the meta has required that of us. We've had to use this as a sweeper so many times because of the meta and the situations that we're in a lot with mono white, Selesnya, all sorts of nonsense, right? It's a lot of aggro. So Burn Down the House has acted as a sweeper for us a lot. I do want to use this as a devil side more, but the sweeper was inevitable. It was something that we had to do. We could not get around it. And the problem with that is it keeps blowing up our Kaito and our Zerial, which is really frustrating. But I did find out through the gameplays that, you know, burning down a house is not exactly a serious problem for us, especially if we have a predator on the field, because the predators, you know, it survives. Everything else gets swept, and now we're left with one huge threat that can go indestructible on the battlefield. And if they can't remove it, they're probably going to die. So that's kind of a cool combo, these two together, you know, the sweeper and whatnot. Because Meat Hook also doesn't synergize with Predator too well, because the Meat Hook, you know, gets around that indestructibility. So it would kill the Predator. So as far as our sweepers go, kind of tricky. They can be worked out, obviously, within the game to, you know, try your best to avoid killing planeswalkers. You saw us kind of hold off on Zerial and then blow up the board. There's things you can do to kind of mitigate that, but the synergies there are not perfect. I wish they could be a little bit better, but the idea of this deck was to not have to sweep the board too much, you know, let the Meat Hook Massacre do whatever it is you needed to do. But man, it feels like these days 8 sweepers feels like it's necessary if you're going to be playing against what's going on in the meta currently. And lastly, the Fireblade Charger. Love the card. I think it fits in the deck perfectly. The idea behind it is pretty awesome. It did stop a lot of the attacking going on from like mono white early on, and it did buy us some time, so very helpful. But ultimately, it does feel a little bad playing this on turn 1 over like a Warlock class. Maybe able to find a replacement card for Fireblade Charger. We might want to look into maybe some removal of some sorts. I don't know, but the card draw has been great. We have Warlock class and Kaito. That's plenty of card draw. I was running like Deadly Dispute in this deck prior, but ultimately it was just, we didn't need that much card draw. We had Kaito and Warlock class, so it was getting the job done. So those are my only 2 nitpicks though. This feels a little bad playing on turn 1. It's probably the worst feeling turn 1 I have in the deck. I'd rather play Warlock class into Jadar. You know, I'd rather play that sort of line. Fireblade Charger feels a little weak, but early on against mono white, we've seen it shine. So kind of your call on whether or not you want to cut that or not. But ultimately, love the deck, man. I freaking absolutely love this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We'll be back live today on stream here on YouTube at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you guys want to come hang out with us live and check out some more gameplay, we might even be playing this deck a little bit. Please swing by and say what's up. I'd really appreciate it. Ultimately though, guys, we're out of here. And before I jump out of here, huge shout out as always to the Marty Mob, man. Huge shout out to the Marty Mob. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for all of your, you know, loyalty to this channel, and I cannot thank you enough for your memberships here on the channel, helping keep the lights on, as they say. So thank you. And if you guys want to become part of the Marty Mob, you can do so by hitting the link in the description, or there's a little join button next to the subscribe button. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you guys on the next one on Friday. Till next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.